Welcome to A House of Many Doors, a game that uses a lot of the same mechanisms as Sunless Sea, but adds turn-based combat and a more structured narrative approach. Now, I played the alpha version on this channel back in 2015, and it's matured into a game packed with beautiful art, stories, and the kind of poetry Spike wrote before he became a vampire. So I'm going to skip the opening bits where you create your backstory Sunless Sea style, so we can get straight on with our Let's Play. But do know that the house is a parasite dimension full of giant rooms, cities, and monsters. We are trapped there, and I've just had some memories stolen by bandits. Right, so I guess the house is essentially like a flip screen affair. Let's just get rid of those for now. And so you can just chug around it as you will. It is all procedurally generated. But, oh hello, an unexpected passenger. Jonathan Whymper finds the scrawny little rascal sleeping among the cargo and drags it out by the ear. It's so caked in filth that you can't tell its gender, or for that matter, its age. It is small and wide-eyed, and stowed away amongst your cargo when you left the City of Keys. It desperately seeks adventure and escape, and hopes to find both by joining your crew, in fact. So, what do we need? We need to do... Let's make him a junior engineer. Just like to point out, this doesn't always happen. It is also fairly randomised, but he will have appeared... Oh, we've got two junior engineers now. A ghoul female and a human female. They could have great jolly times together. Lucky them. If I wanted, I could rename them as well, but I'll save that for streaming and stuff. So let's go north. Here's some bats. Now, if you look at the map, this is where we are. These are points of interest, in this case the City of Keys. And that is where the memory thieves will be, somewhere around here. So let's go back into the action and see what's around here on Crab Day the 4th of Broach, 1823. And I'm Precipitous Boob for some reason. Oh! I missed the entrance. Right, so hopefully the memory thieves should be there, right there. So let's initiate the encounter. The memory thieves, here we go. You recognise their kineticopede instantly. It's much sleeker than your own cobbled together mess. They're not trying to run, they're barreling straight towards you, legs all a-skitter. So we could attack, or we could have a test of spirit and ask for our memory back, the one they stole, the pricks. Maybe they'll listen to reason. Alright. The memory thieves prove surprisingly amenable. They will return your stolen memory, fighting you is simply not worth the risk. So we won't read every single word of this, otherwise we'll be here forever. Okay, so I've actually passed a spirit challenge, gained 1 box of your memories, and gained 10 apprehensions. Apprehensions are things you spend in dialogues to carry on the story. So very, very Sunless Sea, as you can see. Right. Okay, so that's now... They have now evaporated into thin air, and we can chug somewhere else. We need a new destination. Presumably we want to head back to the City of Keys, which will be our base. So let's go kind of mostly east, about 5 squares east, 5 rooms east, and then 2 south. The heart light, by the way, in the bottom right, is like your light, which you can switch off if you want, which means you'll proceed in darkness and not waste so much fuel, and not be spotted by bads. However, you may go a little mad. Your sanity will drop. Carefully does it. I can put my light back on, but it will take a while for it to reignite. So I've done that, and now we're going to wait. I should be starting to go south at some point as well. You can just about see the exits. They tend to be in the same places. And there we go with the lights. Check the map. Yes, we're getting close. And not too many bads around at the moment. Can hear dripping. Oh, here we go. There's some potential bads. Hello. Bye. They've got the same weird scuttly ship that we have, but they don't seem interested in us. They may not have actually been enemies, but they would have been an encounter of some kind. Oh god, here we go. Carefully does it. Round here. Everything feels quite safe so far. Where were we? Oh, so we just need to go 1 screen east. All is quiet here in the house tonight. And we should be... the City of Keys. There we go. A little bit industrial, bit like Sunderland. There we go. You know the streets here, the accents, the looming skyline. Even the omnipresent sense of menace is, in its own way, comfortingly familiar. And so on, really. So yeah, again, very Sunless Sea. We can flap around the place, we can rest, we can buy things, we can initiate new plots. An intricate city map catches your eye at the station. Have you seen this city? Demands the poster. Below it is a city map, though not one you recognise. The city of glass was mysteriously moved into Principate territory in the year 1802. Can you help us find our 7th city? 20,000 guinea reward? Ooh. Alright. So what else can we do? We can repair our hull. Our hull is 149 out of 150, so that's no problem. We can wander the streets. You have a weight of history here. You stare at the dread majesty of the factory, a mile-high slab of concrete, booming with a ceaseless industry that shakes the tiles from the surrounding rooftops. There's a torn poster on the factory wall, clearly missed by the patrols. End orphan labour, it demands. We're going radical symphonies. Oh, not symphonies. A seed is planted. So that might have some effect later on. Prospective passenger? Let's see if we need a new one. He clings to his bags and refuses all help, yet he is trusting his life to a stranger. I will get 100 quid for this if I go to Scornvaunt. Fair enough. Visit your dwellings. Pick up your fetch mirror. That's useful because that's like the mirror in Terraria. It can beam you back to where you came from. This game is very like Terraria, honestly. Very useful indeed. You can pick up another from Dr. Grindylow. Dr. Grindylow? Alright. Oh, here we go. Let's write some poetry. This is going to be procedurally generated poetry. It does require you spending stuff. Damnation, where is your pen? So let's write a transcendent ballad. If I had other things, I'd be able to write different sorts, like romantic verse or whatever. So let's write a ballad. Horns of the Fairy. Extract. Oh, profound desire, so black and shrill, this fearsome leprechaun in a graveyard robust. Each elf cried, jet black, and each lady ill, as vague as your child, and as your lover just. That's quite good. Poem completed, which means I've gained an extra 10 apprehensions, which means I can push the plot forward as we get to certain dialogues. I've waited 3 days though. Yeah. It was worth it though. Right, so let's go back to my room. Nothing else I can do here, so let's go back onto the streets. Don't really need to do much else, although I will gather some news, which will cost almost no money. An experimental gas leaked from the factory and transformed bystanders. The Karchar have again petitioned for the right to unsanctioned worship. Reported sightings of the Beggar's God now discredited. Alright. I wonder if you can sell news to someone. That would be the very Sunless Sea thing to do. So that's pretty much all we can do, I think. There's no point in travelling through my fetch mirror because there's no other... This is the only city we've actually visited. Retrieve your memories. Oh yes, we can actually open the box. Attach the nozzle to the hole in your skull and crank the handle. A blood-red mountain gazing down at you with one hideous bile yellow eye. A motionless clock, blood seeping through the wall behind it. A hard-faced woman at a window with a key in her hand. Whose memories are these? They're not mine. Pricks. The theft was an orchestrated affair. If you can hunt down the mastermind, perhaps you will learn more. So now I've got an empty box instead. The thieves had been fleeing to Claytons Mill, so I suspect that updates my map. Other things you can do, check your cargo, and check your various things. That's your ship, or whatever it is in this. And here is the shops nearby. Oh, there's Dr. Grindylow if you need a mirror. Let's see if there's anything else. I mean, you can buy things like fuel. I've got 18 fuel. I'll buy some. It gains 1 though. We'll go up to 20. I could also add a gun, but I've just spent all my money. Well, I've spent... I can't afford it, basically. And there's various other things as well which I can't afford. So let's actually get going. Let's go to... Hang on, where do you go? Oh yes, you go down here, don't you? Let's just save the game. And... which direction should we go? Let's put her over the map. So we're here, and the only other thing on our map is the City of Bridges. Ooh. So let's chart a course there. So let's go back. In fact, actually, let's go south. Let's choose to go south, and we'll get spat out to the south of the city. Off we go. So I will be heading sort of also westish. I can walk over that. Yep, that's good. And let's see if we can have a nice fight encounter. Because it'd be good to show off the turn-based combat, which I don't fully understand yet. It's a bit complex. Some ill-mannered brutes. The bandit, Kinetopede, is draped in trophies and badly fitting armour plates, doubtless looted from other victims. They demand money, and they're not polite about it. Alright, so I could spend 250 guineas on this, but I'm not going to. I could test my guile. A bold proposal, you are at a slight advantage. So more than 50% presumably. And that would mean they would actually only get 20 guineas and I could run off. Or we could fight. Or flee. But let's fight. And the music goes cool and oldie-timey. And off we go. So I'm a bit kind of flaky at this. This is a little tricky sometimes to work out. But the basics are, it's turn-based. You choose, you basically spend your actions and they'll do theirs, and then everything will happen. And we've got 4 actions, and we can spend it on things like moving people about, or preparing the gun to fire. And which I'm going to do, I'm going to aim at, let's aim over here, where there's a lot of people, and I might be able to do some... In fact, actually, no, I've changed my mind. I'm actually going to fire here, and then we can hurt one of the guns. If they've got 2 guns and we've got 1, so we really want to take one of them out as soon as possible, I think. So I've actually spent 2 actions because I changed my mind. I'm going to leave my people mainly where they are, but I'm also going to get a bit closer, because you can spend action points on moving closer to the other ship. If you get close enough, within 50 metres, you may be able to board them, but they'll also be able to board you, which means essentially sending your people in there and having a bit of an old Barney. Right, so I've still got 1 more turn left. Let's advance a bit further. So that ends the turn. I fired at them, and they fired at me. They've just exploded a bit. Our missiles are landing. Oh, 1 missed. One of them hit and did a little bit of damage, including to our light, which is the hot light down there. Alright, so next turn is happening now. I'm not going to try and boarding them. I don't see much point at the moment. I also don't understand how fighting works very well. But let's have another crack at them. Actually, they're doing... I'm not doing a huge amount of damage to them so far. I don't like the look of this. Okay, let's get a bit closer because then my guns will do more damage. In fact, actually, I regret that. I'm actually going to re-aim it because we were trying to take out this gun, weren't we? So in fact, let's do it a bit further over there. Because that... Yeah, there we go. Oh no, actually they got closer and they boarded us. Uh-oh. Right. So for the next go, I'll fire back, because that hopefully will take out that gun. Now, let's see. That's one of... Oh god. They're all over the place. And I haven't really got many fighty people, I don't think. Well, let's see. Let's let this play out and see what happens. I could do with... Oh god, they're going to attack that, aren't they? Let's go over there. Let's move my matey boy around. And what are you doing? Swabby? Nah, whatever. Let's see what happens. Firing at the gun. And I think I've taken out their gun, but they get to fire back anyway. Oh, shh. What's that? I think my light might have broken. Uh-oh. So my hull's down to 84. Theirs is down to 63, so I've done some good tonking. So, let's go over there this time. Let's fire over there. Hang on, let's fire over there. He's not doing much damage. Chief Engineer unwounded. Let's actually get the Chief Engineer... Can I actually get in there? I might not actually be able to because there's people in the way. His head is on fire by the looks of it. Alright. Okay, let's get... Oh, we actually go that direction. Look at that. Let's try and do... So I'm not sure if you've... I don't know how close you'd actually have to be to do any repairing. Okay. Oh. Ow. Oh, god, they're moving. Alright, can I actually get inside? Possibly. I think that means he's now repairing it for the next turn, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's fire over there. 64 versus 46. Fuck. Alright. I'm not sure if I'm doing this correctly, but let's see. Oh! He's gone! He buggered off! Well, I'm still holding up reasonably well. How do you actually... This is the one thing I still find it very difficult to understand this. Yeah, there's no real tutorial. There's a little bit of tutorial stuff that does pop up, but it's not extensive. So that's aiming at them. Cannot flee at the moment, I think we're too close. Could put more bodies in there, but... Okay, let's just see how this goes. I reckon so long as I keep on firing, I'll be able to take them out eventually, but... I'm so... Did I actually attack them then? I've got a horrible feeling I missed or something then. Okay, whatever. Let's see what happens. 3. I've got theirs hull down to 3. Oh, they're actually moving away. Probably because... Yeah, probably because they've got 3 hull. They did not fire because they've got no guns left. Now I can no longer fire, which is most sad because I won't be able to destroy them anymore. Okay, let's also retreat. And maybe they'll eventually retreat as well. Okay, so I've moved away far enough now so I can just flee. I do need to practice that combat because, frankly, I'm still a bit confused by it all. The heartlight has been doused and your kinetipede slams into lurching, scrabbling movement. You skitter into the darkness before your enemy can react. Or pass a guile challenge. Ooh, you have successfully avoided a fight. Well, sort of. It has automatically turned my light off so we can actually get out of here. We are actually going west. Oh, someone else is here on this situation. My hull is a bit buggered, so we don't really want to combat anyone at the moment. Down to 19 fuel, but that should be plenty. Oh, careful. Don't run into anything. It makes a horrible crashing sound. And, yeah, danger is all around. Okay, let's try and keep the light off for a bit, because I really don't want any nasty combat situations. And whilst I go due west across the landscape... Carefully does it. Right, let's here's something that you should see. Oh bollocks, I just crashed into something. I've lost a little bit of hull there. Click that. Exhaustion. You slave over your journals and notes, scraps of poetry, places you've been, people you've met. You fall asleep at your desk, tormented. So I'm going to choose You Dream of Trees, because I believe this is like the main story. Oh, hello. Look at that. Tonight you dream of gold leaf trees, boughs that drip sparkling filigree, and blue skies above and grass underfoot. An unfortunate place to find a corpse. She's hanging, impaled by 8 spears. Ooh. Finally, she says. A smile quirks the corner of her decayed lips. The years turn. We meet again. Am I dreaming? Well, I think we know that. Are you dead? I am not. Well, thank God for that. You are seeking a way to escape the house, and I know how. But in return, you have to help me. How can I help you? Come and find me. Take me down from here. I want to escape just like you. If you can just free me from these damn spears. Where are you? Her words are becoming more difficult to hear. The orchard, she says, but the rest is inaudible. Piss. Alright. Who are you? I am the ninth of the 9, she says. The lookout. I am the one left behind. The world begins to dissolve into light. So I've gained a portentous dream, and my concerns are updated to dream of trees. Your eyes still hurt. I'm not surprised. So you can do that any time, but I've spent a lot of my apprehensions, and so all I can really do now is a peaceful sleep for once, which basically doesn't really mean anything, or it doesn't really do anything. It just gets you back out of the menu. Alright, so let's... Oh, bloody hell. I might have to put my light on, because I keep on crashing into things. So it'll be a while before the light comes back on again, as we've seen. So let's go ever onwards. There's a great big archway there. We should hopefully soon... Oh, there we go! Look at this! Missed us! They don't seem too interested in where we're going. Let's follow them. Oh, we've entered the City of Bridges. Look at the art. These city artworks in this are rather fabulous. So, new location visited, so therefore we have got new apprehensions to spend to move the plot on. And take on a bounty, the station is plastered in wanted posters. The consortium pays handsomely for the heads of those who disrupt their trade. Okay, so people we can hunt down, Justin One-Eye Peel, or the Professor of Buzzard's Omen. Alright, let's do that. That's a bounty of 250 guineas. He fled from the City of Knives after a brutal killing spree. Yes. So let's rest and recover, which will get us some sanity back. Currently unanxious. You spent one day at the City of Bridges. Still anxious, but the green bar has gone up a bit. Repair our hull. Yes, we actually genuinely really do need this. So we're back up to 150, but we're down to 133 quid. Ugh, bloody hell. We don't really need any new crew members, I think. I could travel through my fetch mirror back to the other city. Again, I don't see any reason why. What else? Let's gather some news. Contract disputes have led to more sporadic warfare between mercenary groups. The consortium have held a private gala to celebrate record profits, and a bridge builder strike has been put down by mercenaries. I'm sure that's incredibly important. Wander the bridges. Why not? An old man sits on the edge of the Brabazon Bridge, contemplating the endlessness below. His knuckles are white on the railing. Yeah, let's talk to him. I suppose you want to stop me. Save your breath. Convince him not to jump. Tell him you don't care. A cruel saw, ain't you? I've never been much for gods, but I hope one is listening. He leans forward, lets go, vanishes without a word or a scream. And you are alone. Alright. Well, yes. I'm a heartless bitch. Never mind. See what the shopping's like around here. Fuel station. I've still got 19, that's plenty. Fortune Hall. Ooh, let's have a go here. See what's going on here. There's probably loads of trading type stuff to be done, but I've got so little money that there's no real need to actually investigate that further. We can buy all sorts of stuff. A dangerous beast, dead. We want something that will howl as it dies, the bishop says. I can't give you half as much for a dead thing. Nah. That does not seem useful. I mean, there's things I can actually sell. Ah. Yeah, well, I haven't actually got it, so there's no point, is there? My cargo is a bit piss, to be honest. No. So let's not worry about that. And let's go onwards. Just double check to see there's no other useful stories to be done. By the looks of it, no. So let's save. I think it was slot 2. And off we go. Let's go. Actually, we don't know yet. Let's just drag that into a bit further over here. Track down the memory thieves to Claytons Mill. So I think we have to go there then. So let's have 3 north, 2 west. Or east, or... yeah, east. And so let's go north. See what else is out there. Keep on trying to get the mouse off screen because it can be distracting. And it's Morday the 16th of Broach, 1823. I think so far it hasn't got quite the same atmosphere as Sunless Sea. That really reeks in its like salty smells. And whereas this one I've yet to really kind of engage with the environment, really get on with it. Oh, look at that. That is excellent. Alright, so Claytons Mill, partly a town and partly a fortress, partly one vast tavern, a creaking wooden monument built in defiance of the truism that crime doesn't pay. Well, apparently there's thieves, pirates and bandits here. They can drink, fight and kill without comment or consequence. Blimus! Alright, the memory thieves were heading here. Who had they planned to meet? Clayton Canker himself is behind the bar of this place. And the giant upper half of a man teetering atop clunky mechanical legs. A woman whose face is covered by a bright sharp steel. Precipitous boob, she says coolly. Please, sit. I'll obey her. She knows what's going on. Her iron beak is distinctive. And finally you recognise her. Lady Unpronounceable, a noble woman from the City of Masks. This is a strange place to find her. She retrieves a box from underneath the table. Consider this my apology, she says. The real memory we stole from you. A harmless little echo, so we're going to another box. Alright, so why did you send your men to steal my memory? We didn't care about which memory we stole. We switched the memory boxes, you see. The memory we reclaimed was not your own. How dare you? No, let's not say that, otherwise she might poke us in the eye. So I've got a new memory now. Clocks and red mountains. What does it mean? Why fill my head with that? That memory has, well, the word infected is apt, but unnecessarily negative. It has altered you. We were blocked from you before, thanks to the machinations of your governor. But now we have a door into your head. We are very interested in your search for an escape from the house. Watch for us in your dreams. Gained one unsettling conjecture. We'll let her leave. We've gained some cash, though, and some apprehensions, and stuff, basically. Alright. Sweet dreams, she says. So what else can we do here? Get some... The news here is expensive. Apparently the printing cost has gone up. And it's the same old usual stuff. Haven't seen anywhere to sell news yet. That might even be a thing in this game. So we can relax and recover, which will cost us a bit of money. Our sanity's fine, so I'm not going to worry about it. Ingratiate yourself. Yes! So that looks incredibly difficult, so let's not do that. It's a poker game, by the way. I didn't actually read the top, did I? Okay. So it's Claytons Mill. If you don't cheat, you'll be the only one. I'm at a disadvantage, so everyone loves someone who loses at cards, which will cost me 100 guineas. Possibly too much. Let's try a bold proposal. Everyone at the table is cheating, but you cheat better than they ever could. Your shoes are polished to a mirror shine. Reflected in the leather, one of your crew members subtly signals the other player's hands to you. Nobody suspects a thing. So, balls to the lot of you. Ha ha ha. We passed the challenge, we gained a lot of cash. Ooh, look. For now, there's no more story stuff, so we are kind of like on our own. So let's investigate. Let's just investigate. Let's go back, hang on. Let's go out north and see what happens out there on the bare, open road. I want to see how things change as you get further away. Let's talk to our crew, actually. Some of these have things to talk to us by the looks of it. Let's talk to the surgeon. And we might be able to spend some of our apprehensions, actually. So here we go. This is how you increase your stats. Like, I'm going to increase my guts, which I believe is improved healing and HP when you're fighting. But it will cost 10 apprehensions. In a distant voice, he talks about his time as a medical student, amusing little anecdotes about stolen skeletons and battles with rival dorms. It doesn't sound much like the Rutherford you know. Alright, so we've got some more guts. Let's flirt with him. Waving aside the cigarette smoke, you ask Rutherford if he wants to spend more time with me. Maybe alone, over coffee. A date with me boss? That's his voice now. Rutherford glares at you suspiciously. Doesn't that seem a little grubby? Let's keep this professional, mate. I don't know what that accent was at all. To illustrate how professional he is, he cracks open his third whiskey. And he doesn't want to bang me. Can't say I blame him, to be honest. I'm hot and sweaty from being on the road. Oh, look. It's an actual ship. Oh, more memory thieves. You! The ghoul captain shouts down, brandishing an open memory box. Give us your memories or we take them by force. Oh, poopy. Allow them to take a memory. Can't do that, because I don't have whatever. Oh, I don't have a horrifying ordeal to give them. Or a romantic encounter. Allow them to take a oh god, I've scrolled way past. Hang on, let's just use that with scroll wheel instead. I've got a oh yeah, because I had a moment of melancholy a while back. Well, quite recently, in fact. Or I could either flee, I'm at a disadvantage, or combat. Okay, let's allow them to take that melancholic memory, because I don't need that. That was just me being miserable. So that's basically got them off our tail. Some of the encounters seem harder to avoid than others. Oh, what's that? I'm going to say hello. The shamans! Spear points glimmering, strange energies tangling and shrieking in the air. A shaman has come to hunt. The goatmen lift their voices in a bleating howl. Spectral claws emerge from the darkness. Ghostly fire spirals across your hull. So this is, yeah, another bloody battle. Okay, let's try one more bit of combat. Oh my goodness! This is different. I've still only got one gun, which we're going to fire directly here! Is there any point in getting closer? May as well try. Their hull is absolutely insane, and they've got steady sanity. I have a bad feeling about this. Right, let's get a bit closer, but not too close. See what happens when we fire our little gun. And... oh, piss! It missed. And also, some of my people are still injured from last time. Oh, this ain't great. Right, let's try that again. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh no! Missed again. And, what the hell is that? Your heart light dims. Okay, that's not great. So at least my things are repaired this time. Surgeon unwounded. Maybe I should actually do something with my surgeon. Right, well, oh no, don't do that! Oh no, I've just wasted a turn. But oh, gold. Useless shirt. Oh, this is useless shirt. Hooray! Hooray for useless shirt. Well, let's move him into the enemy. Have I fired my gun yet? Oh, there we go. Right, well, I've finally done something. He's gone. He didn't like whatever happened to him. Someone else has turned up though. So let's just do another one of them. And then let's aim. Yeah, that's it. It's now aimed. I'm going to continue on. Let's fire that. I really don't like that. I think oh god, what are they doing? Where are they going? No one in the weapons bay. Oh, my gunner. Okay, I need a new gunner. Oh, someone else is just... okay. Who is a gunner? Pilot. Light bearer. You'll have to do it. You'll have to go that way. Oh, that presumably is his combat thing. Anyway, let's try and There we go, that's more like it. In fact, let's go for them. And... Ooh! I think I actually knocked out their gun? I'm not 100% sure. So by ending my turn with the engineer next to the gun, I have actually repaired it fully now. So let's actually try and finally actually start firing at them again. See if we can actually do some actual damage. Please hit. Yes! Our sanity is getting down quite a lot though. Well... Try that again. There's nothing much else I need to really do. I don't understand. I think I'm... Actually, let's try and get him next to there, see if we can actually do something about that. I'm not sure if I can. Oh, yes I can, yeah, I am actually repairing that now. Although our unhinged crew member is now running amok. So it does seem like there are quite a few bugs still left to iron out in this combat, but hopefully that should be addressed before release on February the 3rd on Steam. But yes, it's also a bit tricky to work out what exactly you need to do. I'm hoping there is some form of a bit more of a proper tutorial about this sort of thing put in the game before then, because it is quite tricky to work out. There is a little sort of tutorial where you'll get little pop-up messages, but it's not comprehensive. Is it still my turn? Yes, it is. I think this might hopefully finish them off. Oh, they're down to 2. Oh, come on. And with any luck, this should now... There we go. Yes, there we go. Victorious. Just for a second I thought the game had crashed. Oh, you live to fight again. Is there anything left to salvage? 1 bottled darkness. Tendrils of darkness slither out and scratch at your eyes. You also notice a menhir that survived the battle without cracking or splitting. You order it hauled into your cargo. Ah, that's the blood-soaked monolith. Ooh, yet another monolith in the game. Good. Right, okay, so I think we'll stop here because we are going to go on forever otherwise. Everything seems to be a long way away, although there's still the goat stones to get to. So we may pick this up again in another part. We'll see. Okay, so thanks for watching. This has been Jamie from randomizeuser.com. Subscribe for more about the latest indie games, and I'll see you next time. Oh my god, it's gone hellish. Oh, good lord.